We're having a sort of a roundtable conversation with a lot of people who live here in the UK. This is northwest of London, where I'm coming to you from. And on Out of England, the topic that we were casually discussing is, what are the things about life in the UK that you want to take back to India, to whichever part, town, city, region you may belong to? There are so many elements to living here which are good, bad, whatever. But what is that one thing about living here in the UK that you want to take back to the country?
I'll start with some basic stuff, like you need to give value for human life and how to value the time. And third point is, like, we have to start some minimum wage concept back in India as well. Okay, so there shouldn't be this particular, if the person is holding this particular designation, then he is upward, and if he is holding some low level designation, then he doesn't have any value. They have to be equally treated.
Firstly, whenever I see people in this country, they're so proud about their country, and it could be anything, any small, minute changes, or they really appreciate. So I think people living in India should be very proud of the culture, and they should try to carry on. Or
don't you think Indians are? I think Indians are very patriotic when the need comes, and very, very focused on culture when that comes as well. You don't agree?
Well, when I say culture, there are different aspects to it. We are in the race of life, and in the race of getting westernized, we are letting go so many things. So we are less kind to people, we have less faith in each other, not helping each other much as we used to do probably 20 years ago. What I saw during my childhood, or the basic humanity is definitely decreased in India. So that is one thing which I would like to see more in people in India. I think we have quite a lot of people in India who has definitely visited foreign countries, and they have seen cleaner cities. I think when they go back, they should definitely try and inculcate few habits in India. Even when I go back home during my holiday, I try and tell people that don't just throw things on the street. There are garbage bins for that, so try and develop that habit. So
how do they react when you do that?
I'll say in Kannada, "Oh bidamma nin bartya varshakonsala." So namuk gottilla Krishna. Translate means that so you come here once a year, and we know what it is here, so just keep it to yourself, kind of an attitude they do have. Not everybody, but yeah, most of them do have. So I think they should definitely try to keep the country clean. So be good ambassadors to the people who come and visit our country. Yeah, sure.
I completely agree with all my friends have said. The point that I want to make is innovation. So the UK is one of the leading country in innovation, and we have been following it. Now the trend is changing, so we need to encourage our new generation to concentrate on innovation.
Yes.
Entrepreneurship.
Yes.
So there are a lot of very young entrepreneurs in India. So we need to, from the early age, we need to give them an idea of entrepreneurship and think big.
Yeah.
And also leadership qualities, we need to develop in their school age, that how to use the opportunity wherever they are in the world to develop leadership qualities.
If we go past our life, or majority of our families always said, study well, do well, and get a good job. So never ever in most of our families they said, okay, do well and try to start something of, it was not a statement made in our homes, or at least any middle class homes. That needs to change now. I'm seeing that's changing. So that's where entrepreneurship and innovation will definitely
play a role. Mrs. Theresa May, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, did what she had to do as the head of UK state when Donald Trump took over as president. She went there, met him, it was a cordial meeting, and now there is a lot of controversy over whether Donald Trump should be coming to the UK on a state visit or not. There's a petition, there have been debates on whether he should or not. But then the UK and the US are trying to have a trade deal. Of course, the UK can't sign a trade deal until Brexit is officially initiated and the negotiations go on. But if and when that happens, because we know that Brexit is going to happen, if and when that happens, Should there be a trade deal between the US and UK, as the two leaders have been trying, a free movement of people from UK to US and US to UK? Would that make you comfortable? Would you be happy with that?
Absolutely. I think any trade deal between the nations, big nations like US and any other, UK has been the big brother of Europe. So it's a great thing to have a free trade, and that will boost the economy of not just UK but all around surrounding Europe countries. And that's a good thing, positive thing, I would say, as a neutral observer on the on these kind of things. And probably I know there is a little bit cold war between the people from UK and US in terms of the way things are going in US. However, when it comes to trade, there's no boundaries of political or religion or region, things like that. So I think this is a great step. It should be pursued and make sure that people to people contact, and I'll be more happy if I can go to US on my own without any restriction and do my business or any cultural activities there and come back without any things like what we do right now in Europe. Because if you are a UK citizen, you can go around Paris or anywhere. You can travel.
So like how people living in the UK can do that anywhere in Europe, because there is this, at the moment there is this treaty, that's the whole debate about on Brexit, where free movement of trade happens and free movement of people happens. So which means that if this deal that they're talking about comes through, then any American will be free to come and work in the UK, and anybody working in the UK would be free to travel to the US and work. Is that thrilling, especially for Indians living here?
Opening free trade, it's a good thing. Good points from US will freely move here in UK. Probably US has a lot more to offer in terms of technology as of now. UK definitely had in 20th century, but when we look at 21st century, definitely US towards the end of it.
It has more areas to explore. Are all of you, sorry to interrupt, are all of you technology professionals?
Yes.
Technology? Finance professional? Technology? Technology, okay.
Yes, so I would say I would definitely welcome that. And coming to the free movement, obviously, I've worked in US for I think 3 to 4 years, and early 2000. I would definitely like to work again in US.
Brexit and US, whatever is happened, it's all business driven actually. Even in India, the Prime Minister is businessman, and US Prime Minister is like sort of president is a businessman. What it shows is the more that the whole in the future will be economy driven and business driven, the nation grows actually towards that towards its leaning actually.
Yeah,
So,
I'm a little confused. Yes, yes, they're businessmen, but is it inclusive? I'm not sure it's inclusive.
I think
the messages that Brexit has sent out, or Trump with his very controversial policies has been sending out, I'm not sure he's pointing or indicating or suggesting inclusiveness.
I think what's happening there is like first nation is becoming first priority, and then like I think it takes a while to like sort of understand where its entire thing is heading towards.
Would I be thrilled with US having a free movement between US and UK? I think I would be even more thrilled if there's this free movement between India and UK.
Okay, very good point made.
Yeah, but
Very good one made. I mean, there was talk when Mrs. May went to India. We all of us in the journalistic community were talking about, and that's ironically the time when the crackdown on immigration came and rules were made tighter. And then we were talking of how she's making overtures on trying to get a trade deal signed between India and the UK. But yeah, India and the UK, how does that sound?
There's a long history. It's at least 400 years old, and in my opinion, it was time when UK came to India first to explore the country and to enter into the third world. It was what it was. But I think it's the roles have reversed now. So now it's the chance for Indians, to come around here to explore. We are now in UK. We are in US. We are. I know people who are in South America. People like a lot of people in Australia as well. So now it's fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
That
It
way.
is true.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for joining us. Write your feedback. OOE@ndtv.com is where you write to. Goodbye. Take care.